In today's video, I'm gonna share with you 5 home decorating ideas for spring and Easter. Keep watching. Hello everyone, I am Ramon. Welcome back to Ramon at Home. I could not be more excited for you to be here today because on today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 home decorating ideas for spring and Easter. These ideas can be replicated super easy and the color scheme is blue and white with yellow. Last week I showed you how to decorate 5 DIYs with a Tiffany blue and pink, and you guys just absolutely love those ideas, but today I have a brand new batch. But before I show you, I want to recommend that if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing because here we talk about interior design and decorating ideas to help you create something beautiful in your home. And if you already subscribed, don't forget to turn the notification bell on because trust me, you will not want to miss any of these spring decorating ideas for the spring season this year. All right, before we get started with the DIYs and with the decorating, I want to take you guys on a little shopping trip, so come with me. Okay, now that we are back from our little shopping trip, it is time to get crafting, and first up is a beautiful and very simple wreath for your front door. This is going to be so much fun and I really know that you're gonna like it. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. All right everyone, for this DIY what we're going to need is one of these plaques, and I just want to note it that I went ahead and I attached some of these pipe cleaners with a staple gun. So I went ahead and did 2. I'm also going to use this wreath form that is already been wrapped in one of the dollar store ribbons, and I want to mention that this is recycled from last year, so I already had that. What I'm also going to need is going to be a variety of greeneries that we're going to use. I'm going to use just 1 stem of this cute little yellow flower. I'm going to use some recycled ribbons that I had, but these ribbons are available, and if not, they don't need to be this particular ribbon. What I'm showing you is just a technique, and this one's going to be so much fun, I promise. I'm also going to use some lilac, and I'm gonna use some of these pretty ivory roses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and first of all, I'm going to attach this plaque right here, and that's why I went ahead and I attached these pipe cleaners. Now you do have to make sure that you attach it really tight, and as you guys can see, just with one hand, it is super simple, and all you have to do is measure, and with your staple gun machine you can just staple them. If you don't have a staple gun, then you can just hot glue them. So this is what's going to look like. Now here's the fun part. For my tools, I'm going to use my wire cutters and my scissors, and I also have my hot glue gun, and I'm going to move my ribbons over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of little foam like this, and I'm going to just squirt a lot of this glue right here. And what I want to do is I'm going to glue it right next to my plaque right here. Now the way we're going to disguise that, I'm going to just press it a little bit so it sticks in there. But the way we're going to disguise that is I'm going to grab one of these ribbons, then you kind of measure it in half like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it real quick. I'm going to make a knot right here really tight. Remember, there is glue, so what you're doing is just basically double securing it. It's gonna make a knot. And now these tails that I have right here, I'm gonna keep because we're gonna make a bow. So we're gonna use it to tie the bow. And I'm gonna go ahead and hang this guy right here so you guys can see what I am doing. So really tight, just keep one tail up, one down. I'm gonna start with a bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring the same ribbon and I wanna give it probably, I want it to really hang, so let me adjust this real quick. I want it to really hang on my door, so probably about this long right here. So I'm gonna cut my ribbon. Thumbs up if you guys enjoy these wreath ideas. I'm just trying to give you different ideas so that you can create something beautiful for your home this spring season and this Easter season. And I'm super excited to let you know there's so many more ideas coming your way. If you guys have not seen last week's video, it was so beautiful with the Tiffany blue and the pink. We did a stablescape, we did a centerpiece, we did a swag, we did a lantern, so many ideas. If you guys have not seen that video, I'm gonna link it down below so you can check it out and do it right after you're done with this one. If you're new to the channel, well, welcome. I wanna welcome you real quick and let you know that here we do seasonal decorating just to help you guys, inspire you to create something beautiful for your home. All right, so I'm gonna do 3 loops. Remember, they don't have to all be 4. Then I'm going to introduce another ribbon. And with this, I'm gonna give it a longer tail. I'm just gonna do 1 longer tail because we already have 2 of the other one. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna continue to do my bow like this. And the way that you can know if your loops are even is just by doing this. And look at that. They're perfectly even, so just twist. Remember to always twist because that's where the pretty side, what I call the designer side is. Right, so I'm gonna try and do 4 at the 3 of the Easter egg one. I'm gonna try and do 4 of this particular one. Yes, I have plenty to do 4. I'm gonna do that right here and then twist. Now I want all my tails to go down, so you have to make sure that before you tie it, and I'm gonna bring a one of these pipe cleaners. Now I'm gonna use a small pipe cleaner to just tie it because remember, we're gonna tie right here with this ribbon. So really tight like this. And then before you let go, just grab your bow and place it where you tied, and look at that. How cute is this? Oh, hang on one second. Ramon, you forgot your tails. Why don't you guys tell me? So I'm gonna go ahead and attach this tail right here, and now we can go in there and tie all of this together. Now I'm gonna double knot right here, and look how easy that was. Now, are you wondering why did Ramon put a piece of foam in there? Like, what is he thinking? He's never done that before. As I mentioned, I'm just trying to give you guys new ideas on how to create beautiful wreaths. All right, so these are ideas that I learned while working in the floral industry, and I am so glad to share with you guys. So be sure to dovetail all of your ribbons, okay? Because if I come to your house and it's not dovetail, I will not stop and think twice before I dovetail your ribbons. All right, so we're gonna do that. Then once you have your dovetails, be sure to fluff your bow like this. How cute is this, you guys? I am so loving the way this is looking. I always like to give a lot of tails because I feel like they just look so pretty with all of these tails hanging down, and you can stagger them going up and down. So look at that, how cute and adorable is this bow right here. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're gonna green. Remember, every time that you make a floral design, whether it's a wreath, an arrangement, a centerpiece, you always have to use some sort of greenery because there is no floral arrangement that looks natural without greenery. And look, now you have your foam that you can poke in it. Just have to find this foam right here on the bottom, and look at that. How fun was that? I'm gonna do this one over to this side, like that, and I'm gonna do the longest one going down, and I'm gonna do it under the bows. Look how fun is that? I'm gonna do one more right here in the middle, just to cover some of that foam. I'm gonna do one right here, coming through the ribbons. Like that. How fun was that? Thumbs up if you guys think this idea is cute. I could stop right here, but well, this is Ramon at home, and that's why I have my floral. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut this little stem into 3s. Now, if you are making this to sell, I do recommend to grab your hot glue gun or your dipping glue and just go ahead and put some glue right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do maybe one right here. Then you put into your foam, and because you glue the foam into the form, it is not going anywhere. Then I'm going to put this one going down right here because it's my longest one, and always just give them a little bent like this, going down. And then I'm gonna cut this one a little bit shorter And then I'm going to go ahead and put it maybe right here. And that is just a little bit of pistache, a little bit of yellow to blend in with the little chick right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna incorporate my cream roses, and I'm gonna try and make those a little bit tighter, meaning a little closer to the little bow. So you can go in there and cut them a little shorter. These roses are from Walmart. They have really good quality flowers for very affordable, you guys. If you're looking for inexpensive florals, if you are just doing something like this, because remember that I told you when we are decorating for Easter, for the short, what I call the short season holidays like Valentine's, Easter, the little green man. I really recommend to not spend so much money and save some of that money that we would have spent for our Christmas and our fall, because those are the holidays that we tend to live up the longest. So I really recommend to just save some of that money and use it on your Christmas decor. So I'm gonna go ahead and add one right here. We're gonna fluff this bow at the end, so don't worry about it. Then what we're going to do is I'm gonna add some of this lilac right here, and I want that to poke out further. Look at that. That's just giving it that floral arrangement feel to it. I'm gonna add one right here. And because we have that foam, it's not gonna go anywhere. Now I do recommend that if you're gonna do this project, go ahead and use a better quality foam, so that way it really grips onto your bouquet, or you can just always glue it if you are afraid of the wind. Do you guys remember these Easter egg picks and how we did them? If you don't, let me show you real quick. All right, everyone, before I get going with the flowers, I wanna show you what we're gonna be doing with these little stems. Now, this is the stem of a dollar store bouquet of flowers. So what we're going to do is we're gonna do a little pick like this. So basically we just separate the stems, and we are going to go ahead and smear some hot glue on them like this, and just be generous here. Swirl it around if you must, like this. Let it just go all over the place. Then what we're going to do is we're gonna insert one of these Easter eggs. All right, so adding this pick, as you guys can see, will allow me to introduce some of these Easter eggs into my arrangement, because they have now this beautiful pick. So I'm gonna do a set of 2 on this side right here, and then I'm gonna move on to this side and add just one right here. And just like that, you have a gorgeous Easter wreath that I'm going to hang on the door and show you what it looks like, so stay tuned. Before I show you the end result on my front door, I want to take a second to invite you guys to come and join me on my Instagram account for daily Insta stories, behind the scenes, and all of the things that you don't get to see here on YouTube. All of my social media links are gonna be linked down below. Okay, let me show you what this wreath looks like all fluffed out and put on my door. Okay, so I just wanna show you guys how cute this looks on my door. And I wanna show you that I covered the wreath hanger with a matching ribbon for this particular wreath, and I just am obsessed with this look. So cute. Wasn't that wreath a lot of fun? At least I had a lot of fun showing you guys how to make it, and I really hope that you got a few tips on how to create your very own wreath for your front door. If you learned something, be sure to leave the hashtag wreath so I know that you are interested in more ideas like this. And now I'm gonna show you how I decorate my lantern. It's gonna be done in 2 steps. Number 1, I'm gonna show you how to create a gorgeous lantern for the mantle. So if you are interested, keep watching. All right, everyone, for this project, what we're going to do is we're gonna decorate a lantern to put on our mantle, and it's going to be matched with a beautiful arrangement I will show you how to do in a minute. However, I wanna talk to you about the inspiration, which is this absolutely gorgeous blue and white ribbon that I found at Hobby Lobby, and it was only $7.99 at 40% off, so it was super affordable and the quality is really good. But if you guys know me, you know that I am obsessed with blue and white, whether it's pottery, dishes, even ribbons and clothing combinations. I just love it, and I love the way this looks with yellow for spring. It really just elevates the look of your design and your decor. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna be using some of this ribbon. I'm gonna use a lantern that came from Shinoda. I'm gonna use some of the green moss that we got from Walmart. I am going to use some of these leftover yellow flowers and forsythia, and I have this ivy that I bought somewhere at a thrift store, I think, but you know, this greenery usually is just filler, so why not? I'm gonna use some of this spray that it is, oops, that it is for your greenery, and I'll show you in a second what we're gonna do with it. I'm gonna use the bunny that we found at Marshall's, and she was only $7.99. How sweet is she? I just love her. I'm gonna use 2 white hydrangeas, and then also 3 of the Easter eggs that we put on picks that I just show you how to put together. All right, so let me get all of this situated because it's kind of a mess right now, and I'll be right back. Keep watching. All right, so we're gonna get started by decorating the centerpiece inside of our lantern. And to do that, I'm gonna get one of these clear little plates that are from the dollar store that comes in packs of 6. And I just like to use them as bases. And then also a piece of good foam because we're gonna be poking flowers into it. I'm going to go ahead and just put some glue in it to make sure that it stays on our little plate. That hot glue gun is hot, let me just tell you. All right, so I'm gonna press down onto the little plate to make sure that it just hangs on to it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some of this moss, and I just love this moss, you guys, and we're just gonna do this to cover the mechanics like this. And this is only about $6 at Walmart, and you get so much moss. Remember, we used it last week on our big lantern with a big bunny, which, by the way, so many of you guys told me that you actually went to Marshall's and bought that bunny. I love it. I am crazy over it because it's so cute and so representative of Easter. So basically what we're going to do, let me remove this guy out of here so you guys can see. We're gonna go ahead and cover this little dish and cover the foam. And I'm going to go ahead and put my bunny right here, maybe facing sideways. I have named her Sophia, like Sophia Loren. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this white flower really short. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put one right here to kind of cover that foam. And I'm gonna go ahead and do yet another one right here. So she's got 2 flowers. And then I'm going to pick from my wreath one of these stems. And that's why I like having this wreath, because I can just pick from it, and I'm just having so much fun pulling from it. So I'm gonna cut this short, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and insert into the foam like this. I'll show you by creating an upward motion. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this lateral right here. I'm gonna cut this guy. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and insert the whole thing, but I'm gonna give her a bend like this so it stands up. So basically we're inserting on the foam flat, and then I want that to go up. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See what that does? It just creates a backdrop for her. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna cut this short, and I'm gonna put a few of these yellow daisies here on the front. And just continue to cut the little daisies and just add them right here. And you know what, I think I'm gonna leave this one tall and just put it right here like that. How sweet is that? So cute. And then what I wanna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add some of these Easter eggs just to bring in some of that blue color. And once again, if you want it to be lateral, just bend that stem on an L shape and then go ahead and poke like that. And remember, I'm working on sets of 3s, 2s, and 1s. So I'm gonna do 2 on one side. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy, let me spin around my way, right here. And so that way you have 2 on one side and 1 on one. So I'm gonna put her aside. I'm gonna get my lantern so we can do the top, and I'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. All right, so now we're going to decorate the lantern, the top of it, and we're gonna make a swag. Remember I told you I had this old ivy that I just wanted to use as a base. And this right here, you guys, is a spray that you can buy. And it is to spray your silk arrangements where they look dusty and tired, like this one was found at a thrift store. So you basically just spray this spray and it brings them back alive, and you don't have to use much of it. And as you guys can see, it's now really vivid green, and I also love using this. You can find this at Shinoda Design Center or any other floral supply stores. It is very affordable, so I really recommend it. It's new and improved. So, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna create a swag. So I wanna bring 2 of these down like this and 1 up, because remember, what goes up must come down. So it doesn't matter what is it that you're making, you have to follow that rule if you want your swag to be proportioned and evenly distributed. So right about there, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start with my forsythia. And this forsythia is from Walmart. I don't know if they have it right now, but I used this last year. Remember when I decorated my patio and I did this huge floral arrangement of forsythia. If you guys have not seen that video, it's also gonna be linked down below because it was so much fun. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start right here. I want it to be very dramatic. So I'm gonna use a lot of this forsythia because I really love the color yellow, like I said, mixed with blue and white. I just think it is so pretty, as you guys can see in my shirt. So I'm gonna go ahead and remember, this is your core right here. You never let go of your core because your core is where you're gonna tie all of it together. And I want it to be really wild and pretty because when forsythia grows in the wild, and when I lived in Kansas, it grew outside of my house. It just is so disheveled and so pretty. And I think that is the beauty of forsythia. Then I'm gonna add some of these pretty mums, and I'm gonna go ahead and add right here to the core like this. Then I'm gonna grab this hydrangea and I'm gonna go ahead and let it fly out a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and remember, what goes up must come down. So I'm gonna bring another one right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have one of these zip ties. I'm gonna use the white one so it disappears. And I'm gonna zip tie all of this together. Thumbs up if you guys are enjoying this spring series. I'm having so much fun. You have no idea how much fun I'm having by showing you guys all of these ideas in hopes to inspire you to create something beautiful. And remember, you do not have to recreate it exactly the same. You can always change it to your colors. Regardless of what colors you're using that season, you can just run with the idea and make it your own. So, all right, so that's very tight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here the excess. And I'm gonna put this down for now because we're gonna create the bow for it. And while I'm in here, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these pipe cleaners because we're going to need it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and give it a really long tail because remember I told you I want it to be really dramatic. And I'm gonna make a bow that is going to represent spring. So basically you do a little loop like this, and this is a one-side printed, so you have to twist it around. And I want it to be starting with smaller loops, and we're gonna create some larger loops, probably as large as the hydrangea, so it's proportionate. And just, we're gonna start creating our bow and twisting. Now, if you don't know how to make a bow, and I have a tutorial on how to make 3 types of bows, and I always recommend it to you guys. The music is really loud because it was one of my first videos, but I'm going to link it up right here, right now, so you guys can go check it out. It really was so much fun and very informational, even though it was pretty loud because back then I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't kind of know what I'm doing, but I can defend myself now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I have 3 on each side, and I think that's plenty. So I'm going to cut right here because I do want to save some of this ribbon for the other side of the mantle to just weave it in. All right, so I'm going to grab my pipe cleaner, pull it through here, the main loop, and never letting go of your bow. Remember to pull down. Then what you need to do is you need to pull down this tail going down like this, so it goes down with the rest of it. Pull really tight, then just give it a twist like this, and then you can fluff your bow by bringing some of these tails up and down. And look how cute this ribbon is. I love it. Then what we're going to do is we're gonna go ahead and bring our swag, and we're going to attach the bow right here on the core. And that's why I like to call it the core, so that way we know where it goes. Like this. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but like this. And then I'm going to twist right here. Now, if your pipe cleaner like mine is too short, all you have to do is grab another one. Let me grab a green one so it matches, and just tie them together by swirling them around. Then you swirl this around. So fun. How cute is this? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna give it a little bend to all of it together. I'm gonna grab the whole thing, just give it a little bend like this, so that way it curves onto the lantern. And I'm gonna tie it right here. And then we're going to fluff. But before we fluff, I'm gonna get my bunny and I'm gonna install it inside. So stay tuned. As you guys know, I really enjoy decorating a lantern, whether it's for outside or indoors, and I really hope that you learn at least a few tricks on how to create a swag to adorn your lanterns. Now I'm gonna show you how to make the matching spray on the mantle, so stay tuned. Okay, so to decorate this side of the mantle to match our lantern, what we're going to need is 2 of these beautiful white hydrangeas. I'm also going to use 2 of these foliages, which is my favorite from Walmart. These guys are only $3 and look at all the greenery you get. So we get 2 and a variety of forsythia and baby moms that I used on the lantern as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just pitch those over to that side because we're going to start with the greenery. Now what I want you to do is grab your greenery and give it a fluff, and that means to touch everything that is separated or a lateral. What you want to do is just go ahead and give it a fluff like this. So what I'm going to do for this case, I could cut it, but I'm not going to because I might need it for a taller arrangement later on. So I'm gonna go ahead and bend it in half, and that also is gonna help us to interlock some of the stems right here. Just make sure you do it really tightly, all right? So I have my 3 candlesticks right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and curve it right here, and I'm gonna put one right here on the back, coming down, and I want it to come down on the fireplace. And then I'm gonna go ahead and insert this one right here, covering some of the candlesticks right here. Then I'm gonna grab my 2 hydrangeas, and I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, use that bent as a grid, and I'm going to put 2 of them right here back to back. So this corner is going to be our core where everything is going to come out of. Now let me get my other stems right here. I have some forsythia, and I'm going to start with some of these short laterals. And remember, forsythia needs to be played with and also a little bit more wild. So go ahead and get my bent. I already went ahead and prepped all of this to be faster. So basically just come out of the core right here and start spilling forward. This is so easy, and I promise you, you will love the way this looks. So we're gonna place some on the mantle right here. I'm gonna go ahead and use this forsythia as well, like this. And it's going to match perfectly with the lantern that we're gonna place on the other side of the mantle. Look at that, how cute is that? It's just like you put a branch of forsythia over on your mantle. So I'm gonna make sure this one stands up a little bit like that. Then I wanna grab one of my short ones, maybe this daisy mom, go ahead and place it right here. And look how everything just peels from that corner to both sides. I'm going to grab this longer one, and I'm gonna insert through the hydrangea to make it look like it grew from it. When you interlock flowers like that, they just look more natural, because when flowers grow on the wild, that's how they grow. They tangle together. So I'm gonna add one right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and add this last one right here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my candles. I'm gonna put them right here on my, let me cross here right here, on my candlesticks, right here. And remember, these are remote operated. You can just turn them on, and just like that, you have a gorgeous swag on your mantle. So now I'm gonna put it all together. Keep watching. I don't know about you, but I am so obsessed with blue and white for spring. I really do think that it elevates the look of any home decorating. And right now I'm gonna show you how just by adding a little touch of this beautiful ribbon to the spray, it can totally change the look. So keep watching. All right, everyone, so now that we have placed our lantern on one side and we have the swag on the other side here in the fireplace, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna use my leftover ribbon. So I'm gonna go ahead and pinch right here, and I'm gonna weave it through. So I'm gonna start right here, and I just wanna go ahead and pinch right here on the bottom. And I just wanna go ahead and weave it through right here, pinching with some of this greenery. I just want it to kind of face down like this. Just make sure that you go ahead and tie it someplace. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and do a knot right here to kind of bring it forward and let it place like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and dovetail. I'm done on this side. Thumbs up if you guys like the blue and white with yellow as much as I do. I just think it's such a beautiful combination of colors for spring that I am obsessed, let me just tell you. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this ribbon right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie another knot right here on this side. And just make sure that you fluff your ribbon. And it just gives it that little touch of blue and white that ties together with a bow on the lantern. What do you guys think? I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm having so much fun showing you these ideas for spring and Easter. And if you are enjoying this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share with a friend. Let them know what we're doing here at Ramon at home. Now I'm going to show you how I set a beautiful table for two for Easter. Stay tuned. Okay, so I want to show you how I set this gorgeous table for two, and I'm gonna start with this beautiful wicker charger. This came from a store in Kansas. It's called Nail Hills, and I think they still have them available. Then I'm gonna go ahead and use this blue and white plate that I think it is perfect to go with the ribbon that we use, so it all kinda is a cohesive look. After that, I'm gonna color block my napkin, and for my napkin, I'm gonna use this really beautiful yellow napkin that I've had for quite a few years. And to color block, I'm going to put a white dish. And as you guys can see, that yellow and the blue really just looks absolutely gorgeous together. I love this look. Then for a little whimsy, I have chosen this pretty plate with a gold rim right here. And I've chosen these footed pedestal little bowls to put an Easter egg and one of the butterflies right here in the middle. In this occasion, I'm gonna use my gold flatware, and I'm gonna put the knife actually right here on the top. And I'm going to place my spoon on my right. Remember, spoon and knife have 5 letters like the word right, and fork has 4 letters like the word left, and that's the easiest way to remember it, just like this. Okay, so for my flatware, I chose once again these beautiful blue glasses that I have that I am so obsessed with. They are crystal, and then these amber glasses that I think look so pretty with this particular tablescape. As you guys can see, the colors just blend together and I love it. And I went ahead and did a beautiful centerpiece with just some twig branches with the daisy moms, and I added all of these butterflies to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here, and as you guys can see, it was super simple yet so dramatic. As you can see, creating an elegant look in your home, it is super easy and simple. And I cannot wait to read your comments, so leave me a comment down below and let me know which of these projects you enjoy the most. I really just cannot wait to read your comments. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I really recommend you check this one right here where I show you how to decorate your coffee tables for spring and Easter. Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. You can watch more videos right now. Until next time, bye.